During today's lesson, we're going to do our stage 2 writing project. This is a project focused on a Roman dinner party. How fun. I'm going to get started by choosing the courses that will be served at this dinner party. You can look at slide 2 for the options. These are not the only things that the Romans would have eaten. And so if you wanted to search up other ideas for dishes that someone might have eaten, that is totally fine. I can look in the speaker notes to see what each of these words mean, if I forget. Okay, so for my first course, I want to serve, for my appetizer, I should say, I want to serve cheese. So I'm going to take the word caseum on slide 2. That's going to be my appetizer. And you know what? I'd like to serve that with peas. So I'm going to say caseum et pisum, cheese and peas. Notice I chose the yellow spelling for caseum and the yellow spelling for pisum. That's because I'm spelling each of these as subjects. You can see the yellow spelling is the subject spelling. The blue spelling is the object spelling. All right. So, gustatio est caseum et pisum. Prima mensa, what is my main course going to be? It's going to be piscis. It's going to be fish. And it's going to be fish and salt. Fish with salt. Salted fish. Good stuff. My dessert, I'm going to go with the classic. I'm going to serve some figs. That's going to be ficus. And then I'm going to have a kind of silly beverage. I'm going to choose posca, which is a Roman vinegar drink, kind of similar to kombucha, actually. So that's going to be my beverage, is posca. So my menu is finished on slide 4. Next up, I'm going to choose my characters who are going to be in the story. So I need one server and 3 people being served. I can choose anyone from slide 3. It doesn't matter their role in the plot. We're going to choose their role in our own story because this is your story, not mine. All right, so let's say I'm going to choose Caecilius to be one person being served. Okay, I'm going to have him be guest 1. Okay, my host, who's that going to be? I'll have that be Grumio. I have him kind of lay down. Thanks, Grumio. And kind of looks like Grumio's kicking Caecilius in the head, but that's not actually happening. And then my third guest, I'm going to choose Lucia. And we'll have her lay down as well. Recall the Romans like to dine laying down. All right. And then my server, we are going to have Quintus be the server today. Okay. Now, once I have all my characters, I'm going to show you a really neat Google Slides hack. I can control click on Caecilius, control click on Grumio, control click on Lucia. Now I'm going to right click and click group. Now I'm going to hit Control C, Control V. They're right in place on slide 8. Put them right in place on slide 9. Put them right in place on slide 10. Bam. Look at that. All right. So now that I have all of my characters added to my slide, I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to compose 4 simple sentences on slide 7. Let me show you how. All right, on slide 6. My first sentence is just going to be the title of the appetizer. That's on slide 4, right? That's going to be Gustatio est caseum et pisum. Appetizer is cheese and peas. Now, I'm going to write a second sentence. Here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to start by choosing an action on slide 5. I'm going to say, and you know some of these, maybe some of these you don't know. We look in the speaker notes. We have the definition of all of these. I'm going to choose Laudat. Okay. As of action, that's going to be praises. So the question is, who is praising what? Who is praising what? Let's say, looking at here, I'm going to say Grumio Pisum Laudat. Grumio praises the peas. He likes his peas. What can we say? All right. So the full sentence is going to be, the appetizer is cheese and peas. Grumio praises the peas. All right. I'm going to write 3 more, the next 3 lines the exact same way, right? And so once I have finished all of these lines, then I'm going to just start illustrating my slides. All right. So I'm just going to show what I would do for the Gustatio. I'm going to start by just grabbing my Latin caption from slide 6. All right. Okay, so I grabbed my caption. Now I'm going to grab the cheese and the peas. Okay. Yeah, maybe making this a little bit smaller. This cheese is kind of like a ricotta cheese, if you've had that. That's kind of what a Roman cheese would have been like. And then we need some peas too. All right. I don't know exactly how we're going to plate that. If you want to change the illustration, that is fine by me. I'm just going to put the peas kind of in a pod. It'd be like jumbo peas. All right. Okay, so the appetizer is Caseum et Pisum. That's on here. And then it says Grumio Pisum Laudat. All right, so I can see in my toolkit, we actually have like a little speech bubble where I can say hooray, which is auge. And that is going to be an example of him praising the peas, right? You can also find your own clip art to illustrate these as well. All right, so that's an example of how to do a slide, right? We're going to make sure our slides each have 2 sentences in Latin. They have illustrations that reflect what the contents of those 2 sentences are. If you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to reach out. Good luck, folks.